Of course, Swindon Town made a move in what they hope is the right direction recently. They appointed Ian Holloway as their new manager. Now, you might have read, Ian's been claiming this week that the training ground at his new club is haunted, and he's asked his wife to cleanse the area with sage. I mean, it's a fascinating story. Let's get more from the man himself. Ian, good morning.
Good morning, Ian.
Jeff and Ali, how are you?
Yeah,
Well, how are
really,
you?
really good, thanks, mate.
I'm all right. I want to kill your news radio. You can't say it like that. I'm not saying we've lost because of a ghost.
No.
You absolute chicken nuggets with double barbecue sauce. What I'm saying is, in my first meeting that I had here, this door behind me, right?
Yeah.
I'm walking to it now, and I'll show you how thick it is, yeah? Joseph's just shut it. Right, there you are. That's how thick it is. Right? Whoa! And I shut it like this. Like that, and I heard it, and I walked back in, and it opened on itself, by itself, totally and utterly. And the lads went, "Oh, don't worry, Gaffer, that's just a ghost." And when you look up this place, Beverbrook, it is an Anglo-Saxon burial site about 10 yards away from our training pitch. So I'm saying, what I said was, I'll help our lads in every way I can with a confidence and what have you. And I'll bring my wife up to try and cleanse the training ground because they've been on such a bad time for such a long time. But that ghost didn't head one in on Saturday. We didn't defend properly, you great chicken nuggets. Ali, can you imagine me letting the lads off with that?
No.
Absolutely. No. But last night, I'm going to walk you over. This window here, right, was smashed from the inside. This one. Right? Yeah. And I'm saying the poor people who work here on an evening are terrified. And there is CCTV footage of a white apparition coming down the hallway, smashing through a wall. Right? And it's owned by the council. So the Times, who haven't made me look a joke, are looking into it and they're going to get the footage.
Here's a question for you. All right. How long has that training ground been there? And I take it that that particular spirit has been there from that period, or is it just something recently that's happened?
The spirit's been here for years and years, Ali. The people who work here are terrified of it, mate. Absolutely terrified. I think he's visiting us now, you idiots.
Well, here's a question for you then. Here's a question.
Well, right.
Here's a question for you, mate. Right?
Come on.
Not been well versed on this particular subject. How does your good lady plan to get rid of it?
Well, she's a pagan, right? So we go to Glastonbury. She believes in pagan rituals. What you do, you make it an offering, and then you burn some sage to get rid of it. So we're going to say sorry to the people that we might be trampling on in that area, and it might help. You never know. Long as I haven't got to urinate on the corner of each pitch, that ain't what I want to do. Barry Fry had to do that. What I'm trying to say is all about bringing a laugh. The lads are having a laugh today, but you can't. I am not ever going to say that my team ain't no good because a ghost is scoring against us, and I wouldn't dream of saying that. But I'm going to help in every way. We're going to have a bit of fun, and we're also got to get an awful lot better at what we're doing.
Well, let's concentrate on that for a minute, Ollie, because you're back in management. You know, I think everybody accepts it's a big challenge as well. What have you made of it so far?
Well, to be honest, I'm back in the Football League, but it doesn't look like the Football League. Apparently in League 2, you are allowed upper body contact as long as both of you are doing it from set plays. They ignore it. I have never seen anything like it. So we got to sort this out. I'm going to have to retrain my lads at wrestling because I don't understand what a foul is. For me, the EFL should look at it and say, right, we're going to referee the same everywhere we go. You can't have a different level or a different standard at the bottom tier and allow things that are happening. Ali, I think however many goals you scored, I reckon 80 of them were being discarded because you'd have been thrown over in the box and you were pulling him back, mate. I've never seen anything like it. I've got to learn very, very quickly.
I'll tell you what you have got, mate. I was going to say to you, sorry to interrupt you there. You've got, in all seriousness, you've got a massive game at the weekend against Morecambe. You're sitting at this moment in time, I think 3 points ahead of them. It's a big, big game.
Mate, every game I've ever had is a big one. This is don't get any bigger, but it's still only 3 points at the end of it. What we got to do, I watched them last night. Wow, the standard is tremendous. We played Accrington Stanley last Saturday, and it was such a unbelievable match. But we looked like we were going to get walloped in the first half. Second half, we looked like we were going to beat them. Anything can happen in this division, but it's all about dealing with adversity, and this group haven't dealt with it the way I want, and hopefully I can help them do that. I got 30 games left, mate, and I'm happy with that. I want to try and prove I know what I'm talking about, but I have to relearn some things because this level has stepped up massively. Honestly, you'd be proud to watch the two teams that played last week. Morecambe, I've just watched them play against Port Vale, and I'm so impressed with their organisation. It was unreal. They didn't deserve to lose that game, so we got a fight on our hands. But that's what life's all about, mate. You know me. That's all I've ever done, and I'm going to get over me thousands game. My wife said it's only a number, but to me, I want to get in that gang of people who've done it.
Of course you do.
And I can't wait to help this lot learn a bit more about themselves and each other and help each other a lot better than they're doing at the moment.
Brilliant. Now, I mean, look, Ollie, you got a big lad up front yourself, Harry Smith, who's banging a few of them in. I'm not used to seeing Swindon down near the bottom of League Two. Are you confident you'll keep them up?
Mate, as confident as I could ever be, but all I'm going to do with all my will and all my might and all my knowledge and all new knowledge, I'm going to help them every day enjoy. Even if they lose, I want them to enjoy and look at why they did and work at it and get better. And I can't see us being where we are by the end of the season. That's the truth.
Brilliant, Ollie.
Ollie.
It's great that you're back in management,
Magic.
mate. Absolute joy to talk to you, and hope your missus gets that ghost sorted out.
Keep it going, mate.
Mate, I'll get the footage. I'll show you. You don't want to muck about with the other realm, mate.
Thanks, Ian.
All the best,
Cheers.
pal.
Bye-bye.
Brilliant. It's a great story, isn't it?
Magic.
Yeah.
You talk about people that you always get them the same way. You know what I mean?
We got a text in here. It doesn't give a name, but he said, I had the pleasure of installing Ian's satellite dish many years ago. He said, I bumped into him at Upminster train station 3 weeks ago. I'm so glad he's back in management because he is a breath of fresh air, and nobody can argue anything other than he is. A breath of fresh air is absolutely fantastic. But Swindon, goodness me, they've
got a job.
Well, you know what? They've had terrible financial issues with ownership, as well in recent years, but even so, you are not used to seeing them down.
No, not at all.
Third from bottom
I
of the
was
table.
there. I want to say certainly, if not last year, a year before, and they played Manchester City in the Cup, and it was a great occasion. I think they beat 3 or 4-1. But you're absolutely spot on. You don't expect to see them in that particular position.
talkSPORT Breakfast, waking you up Monday to Friday morning from 6 a.m. on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.